Hello and welcome back, Squirrel Nation. I hope you're all having an outstanding day. Today's video is all about draft and ban. I'm going to go over the different features and make sure that you are ready to get the W's when you make it to Diamond. When I first got to Diamond, I know I was overwhelmed by the system. I didn't know all the features. I didn't know everything I could do, and I honestly lost games because of that. So I'm making this video for all of those new to Diamond. If this helps out, please let me know by smashing that like button. If this video hits 100 likes, I will make follow-up draft ban videos about more advanced features and draft ban strategies. Anyways, with that said, let's dive in. Okay, in this portion of the video, I'm going to teach you how to request a hero. What we are going to do is first we are going to click on Saphira. You will see a golden border around her, and then you will notice that the request pick and the request ban buttons become active. Those two buttons are in the slightly to the right of the hide button, which is at the bottom of the screen in the middle. So here we go. I click Saphira. Notice the buttons are now activated. They're not grayed out anymore. I'm going to click request pick. When I do that, if you notice this pop-up over my name becomes pick request is Saphira. And then after that, I can send my win rate if I want to send my win rate. So there we go. I send my win rate, Saphira, 61.6%, everything. So all the players are seeing this. And then the last thing that I want you to notice is that now there is only Saphira instead of all three picks showing. If you notice my name, Chaos Squirrel, there's only Saphira showing, and it says that I pick requested Saphira. And if you compare that to another hero, you see that it says for them is recent heroes, not pick request, and it shows 3 heroes. And for those of you wondering, the recent hero shows the 3 most recent heroes that a player has played. Keep in mind, just because they've recently played a hero does not mean that it is a hero that they are very strong on. They may have had to fill in a weak role. So honestly, with the last ones, it kind of lets you see what their player pool looks like, but at the same time, keep in mind, don't take it as a matter of fact. Okay, moving on to ban request, same thing. I'm going to select the hero, scroll up and down. You can categorize by what type of hero it is. So I pick Assassin, I click on Quillen, and I click ban request. Once again, notice ban request is up. It shows over my name, so I'm the hero requesting my last player to ban Quillen. The next feature I'm about to cover is probably the most important draft ban feature there is, and you must understand this. This can win and it can lose games if you do not understand this feature. And that is saving a hero. Okay, what saving a hero does is it lets me select a hero for one of my teammates or for my teammates to select a hero for me. Okay, and I want to make one very important distinction. There's a difference between saving a hero and trading a hero. Okay, trading a hero is when I select hero A, another player selects hero B, and then after drafting, we trade. So I get hero B and they get hero A. Okay, that's trading. The problem with trading is you can only trade heroes that you own. So if I do not own Darcy, I can't pick Darcy, and therefore I cannot trade Darcy to the hero who wants to play Darcy. Okay, this is where saving becomes so important. When you save a hero, you can save a hero that you do not own. So if I don't own Darcy, I can actually save Darcy for any other player. Okay, so now let's talk about how to save. First thing to understand, you cannot save when it's in the ban phase, okay? So the save button only becomes active after bans are locked in. So right now, if you notice, my team, the blue team, has 2 bans. The red team is just finalizing their 2. You see the 17-second click is on their pick. So what that means is after they pick, the button will become active for me. Okay, so banning is over. The enemy team has first pick. So after they first pick and my team gets their first pick, so when my team's first pick becomes active, then I will have a save button. So notice the save button is going to pop up to the right, to the left of the heroes button, and it's a yellow button. Ready? And here we go, right there, okay? So notice if you see the hide button direct bottom middle of the screen, right to the left of it, it's kind of grayed out, deactivated right now. You see save a hero for me, and what I'm gonna go do is I'm going to go over to Saphira, I'm gonna select her, and then you're gonna notice that the button becomes enabled. Bam, the button is enabled, right? Gold border around Saphira, she is the one I have selected. And then save button becomes active. I simply click that button, And then notice what happens after that is this Saphira pops up over my player icon, I guess to call it. So notice I am the third player in the select, and you can see Saphira's portrait with save hero, okay? And save a hero for me, Saphira. What you need to do as my teammate is simply click Saphira's picture, okay? So that square icon that says Saphira save hero, all my teammate has to do is click on that, and it will ask them, are you sure you want to save this hero? You click yes, and then bam, the hero will be saved, and you're going to notice that my teammate does this for me. Some things I want to point out. If you notice, I am the third pick. My teammate is the first two people are going to be able to select, so I actually can't select Saphira for myself, okay? So here we go in the video is the enemy chooses Florentino, my team's picks are up, and notice I save, and then notice our other teammate also asked to save Wonder Woman. But anyways, what happens, and I want you to notice, is player one, the player who had selection first was the Bass, right? Bass, and he saved Saphira for me, so he simply swaps down and becomes the third pick, okay? That's how saving works. Saving is extremely important. Only save. Do not try to trade, okay? Save is always better than trade. So please use save. Please do not try to trade. When I've lost so many games because people try to trade and then somebody says, oh, I don't have that hero, and then all of a sudden we have some team comp that is just absolutely unusable. Anyways, on to the next feature. Okay, the next feature is how to check what the other players in your game play, and you can only do this for your team. But the reason this matters, and let me show you what it looks like real quick. Notice I'm going to simply click on Maraud. So on the Maraud, you can see that player has a rectangle around. It shows their summoner skill, it shows what hero they've selected, and it shows their username, Anthrax in this case. So you can click on any portion of that, and you're gonna hold down. So click is incorrect. You're actually gonna click and hold. So when I click and hold, if you notice, and I did it for the fifth player, actually all pop first, and I click and I hold on him, and notice it says Warriors. This season he's played 24 matches, but overall he's played 604 in standard matches and just everything. So if you look at this, I can tell that All Pop is a Warrior main. All Pop, the majority of his game time, over 60% is spent on Warriors, and I want him to get that role. So what I will do when the game first starts is I will do this up all the heroes, okay, or all the players, because I want to see what the balance of my team is, okay? Assassins generally are jungle, marksmen, we know, tend to go dragon lane, warriors tend to go DS lane, mages tend to go mid, right? And then tanks tend to be support. So I generally look at my team and I decide where I can fill, okay? And filling matters because if you are a player who can fill, you're going to give your team a much better chance of winning if you let everybody play the role, the hero that they are best at, okay? So if I have an assassin or a marksman who has 1,000 games in that role and only like 100 in other roles, I want to get them on assassin, I want to get them on marksman, okay? Because they got to this rank playing those heroes. They didn't get to this rank playing the 10 games they have on a mage. So I'll play that, okay? So anyways, the rest of the video I show it for the other heroes, bam, Violet, Wonder Woman, that's it, simple. Anyways, this is a tip. It's a very easy feature, but I think it's a feature people overlook and they don't use to help them maximize their chance of winning the game. Okay, so I'm not going to show how to send a text. I think it's pretty common how to send a message, but I am going to show you how to look at the chat history, the chat log, because I think a lot of people don't know that, and sometimes you miss things that were said by your team. So anyways, in the bottom right, you are going to click on the text field, and then right here, if you notice, there's two tabs. There's the tab that it defaults to, which is the first one at the top left right here, and then there's this like time clock looking icon that I'm circling with my mouse. Hopefully you can see it. And that is your chat log. So now notice you can see what everybody has said since the match opened. This is very useful. I think this is more useful than the quick chat, just because sometimes, like, let's say you step away for a second when draft is happening, people are going to have said things and like what lane they want to play, or just some other strategic type of thing that you want to review, or maybe they sent a really long message that you couldn't read. So this is how you can go look at the chat logs. Okay, the rest of this video is going to be more quality of life type of features. They're not things that I think are super, super important. This one is, as soon as you select a hero, it's going to default to this screen, which is skin selection. If I want to get back to hero selection, I simply need to click the hide button that is at the bottom middle. So here you will see I am going to click that button and it will switch away from skins and back to hero selection. And if you notice, I can send my win rate again to my team and I can see what other people are picking. Okay, for this final portion, I'm just going to throw it in there. I'm pretty sure people know how to do it, but it's how to switch your runes and switch your build. The buttons are slightly different location than they are below plat or below diamond, but they look exact same. So if you notice the hide button in the bottom center, to the left of that is your runes. You can just click on any part of that square. It doesn't have to be the arrow, and it will bring up your Arcana, not runes. And then to the right of the hide button is builds. So here, real quick in this video, I click on the builds. You can see it looks exactly the same as any other mode. Same thing with Arcana, it looks the exact same as any other mode. And then there's also talents, same thing. You can click on that, change it. But those are where those buttons are located.